My hat! Oh, so here we have this Fantom Icon V2 motor. So according to this, it's Roar approved. This is a 17.5, so this is going to be in my 17.5 touring car. So this is what we have here. And what I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to open it up, and then off camera I'm actually going to use my analyzer. So this is the analyzer. This is the battery that I'm using. It's the battery that I have used for most of the motors that I've tested. So I'm trying to keep the same battery. There is another battery that I used, but if you just calculate for the difference in the voltage, because this one sags a little compared to the other one, still the kV readings, everything's fine, so you can get an idea. But here, this motor, if we open it up, this is something, well, let's forget about the stickers, but this is something that we get. So when this motor was tested, it was tested at 7.4 volts. They measured the current at 4.17 amps. This is what I have. The motor speed in RPMs was 23,606. kV value was 3,188. End bell timing, it read 48, so this is a positive. And they do give you a spec sheet, so I'm not going to go over all of the values. Mainly, let's see, supply voltage 7.90. Okay, that's high. I mean, it's fine, but so this is the timing. So the timing, okay, not too far off, right? They're within reasonable levels. So here, what I want is this. I'm going to be looking at these, comparing them, see if that's true. And I'm going to look for the kVs and RPMs. Well, I'll give you everything the analyzer gives. But we're going to see how this one works out. Now, here, we do have some bearings that are supplied, which is good. I mean, everything's already installed, so everything is fine. And that is it. Now, these motors here, one of the things that you're paying for is really the information that you're getting. Here's a nice little sensor wire. Kind of wish I'd opened this. This kind of looks like the length I needed. I just bought one. So that's one of the things that you're reading. You're reading for the time that, you're paying for the time that somebody's spending to go ahead and test the motor. That's really it. So if you're wondering why some of these motors might be, say, $150 as of the time of this video, versus another motor, say a hobby wing, that's about $100, because they had to pay somebody to test it. That's the reason why, and do all of this. But that being said, I'm going to plug it in, and then I'm just going to show you a table with the results. This is the 17.5 Fantom Icon V2 Pro Spec. I'm happy with the results. The spec sheet was pretty good. It looked good, what was included with the motor. But using my own analyzer, all of the phases are very close. So if you look at the numbers, this is where I recorded phase A, B, C. This is the average timing. KVs, we have the KVs here. This is what the system read, 7.4 volts, and these are the RPMs it read. Now, if you take this number and multiply it by this number, you'll get a number that's very close to this, very close. So if you're wondering what it would do if this increased to 7.6, for example, you can multiply this times 7.4 to get an idea. Now, this motor was set to 45 degrees. Which draws about 5.3 amps. The temperatures are good. It maintains good temperatures, so it'll probably stay there. Now, this motor replaced the 21.5, and originally I had it set to a timing of 51, but I ran it in the track at a temperature of 18 degrees Celsius, about 65 Fahrenheit, and the motor was reaching temperatures that were a little high. They were close to a not so much of a desirable temperature. And then the following day was actually a warmer day, so I had to decrease the timing. So I actually ran it here. So this is the timing. This is what we're comparing it to. 50-degree timing, which doesn't seem like much, but if you look at the variance, it's big, which is almost 22,000 RPMs. Well, at this voltage, the KV would be 2845. So it is lower KV. We're looking at about 6% difference in KV, but I had to, or else the motor would have overheated. And this is with a fan at 26 degrees Celsius, about 78 degrees Fahrenheit. So I had to lower the timing. And the reason why I lowered the timing is the gear ratio has to be about a 3.8. This one is a 4.0. So the difference in gear is this one's geared about 4% higher. But the KVs, sorry, this is about 6% higher KV. So there will be a difference in speed just because of that, and I will show you the measurements. But other than that, focusing on this is about what you can expect from a 17.5 Fantom V2 Pro Spec motor. So now we're just going to go into just a few little speed runs, see how it did. I am going to use the 21.5 as the benchmark. Now, keep in mind, I'm not trying to compare the 17.5 to the 21.5. First of all, it's a different brand, and second, it's different KVs. The purpose of this is, let's just say you're planning on going from 21.5 touring car to 17.5 touring car. And the reason why you would probably want to do this is 17.5, there's usually more classes. So you'll have, for example, Sportsman, Intermediate, Expert. So if you feel that you're more of a Sportsman level, you may want to consider 17.5, whereas many tracks, especially the one I've been going to, that track does not have a Sportsman equivalent for 21.5, so you're kind of thrown in with the wolves, and you could race against experts, which may or may not be that fun for you. That's the reason why I'm making the comparison. So that being said, let's make the comparison. Let's get our benchmark. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and weigh the car because I want to make sure it weighs about the same in both runs. I'm going to use the same battery, so we're at 1373, so 1,373 grams. And I'm going to go ahead and run it now, so once I replace the motor, I will try to get as close as possible to the same weight. I'm going to be doing about three runs, and then I'm just going to record the top speed. I may do a fourth one. It just kind of depends. If they're all about the same and pretty close, I'll just do 3. But here we go. All right, it's zeroed out. Guess it would help if I plug the battery in. So we're looking at 53 kilometers per hour. All right, we're looking at 53 again. and 52. So, you know, rounds to 53. Here we go, close enough. So now we're gonna go with the other setup. All right, so we're gonna wait. So right now it has the 17.5 motor. Here we go. So 1,373, so we have the same mass. Now the difference is the 17.5, which is what this one has right now, has about a 4 final drive ratio. The 21.5 had a 3.8, so that's one of the differences too. That's why I had to add those, just to make that gram from the difference in the pinion. So there's a different pinion in them. All right. Right, so we have 59 kilometers per hour. Let's try it again. We have 60. $61. On the second two, I accelerated up until the same distance. On the first one, I was a little short, so let me try it again. We'll do it a fourth time. So even though it reads 61, which is a good number, I'm still going to do it again because it fell off. There's a car coming, so as soon as the car passes, we'll go. So there are final drive ratios, and that's pretty normal based on the motor. All right, that reads 58. Great. There's a little bump over there on the road. That's why it keeps bouncing, and then over here there's little stones. But we'll grab it and we'll see.
So it reads 60, but I'm not going to count these last two because I ran it from a different direction. So let me repeat the test. We'll do it at the same place. Alright, that's a little annoying. Let's put a second strip. See if that helps. Hasn't been an issue until today. Alright, zero it out again, let's try it. Alright, so 61, so I'm going to take that 60, 61, and 61 I believe it was. Even if I go with the low number, which is 60, that's still good. So that's it.